Little Leslie Gore. She was only 17 when she did her first big hit. That's the great Quincy Jones next to her, who produced and arranged her music, sharp horns, strong rhythm section, and dubbing her voice track to give her a bigger sound. There were certainly sexier-looking singers, but Leslie's strength was the all-American girl who got dumped for the prom queen or the cheerleader. And as we'll find out from this interview, with her first song at 17 years of age, hitting 11 weeks on the Billboard charts, she wasn't crying much anymore. This is Mike Stewart. Stay tuned. We've got Leslie Gore.
What a role this has been with this song.
But I'm not crying now.
It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you.
You know, if we look at the most identifiable songs on the planet, it would be the Beatles' Yesterday, and it would be It's My Party by Leslie Gore.
Well, that's quite a compliment, I must say. It is an interesting song in that, for some reason, almost anyone remembers where they were when they first heard that song, or who they were dating, or who their fourth grade teacher was. Lots of memories come back.
Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you.
Let's talk some other songs, other big hits for Leslie Gore. The song You Don't Know Me, this became associated with the feminist movement. It's even in the First Wives Club, the movie with Goldie Hawn.
You Don't Know Me is one of those songs that sort of come out of its time period, and 35 years later, it seems to me more than it did when you first heard it back in the mid-'60s.
Were you thinking that at 17 when you were recording these songs?
You know, I'll tell you, interestingly enough, when I first heard You Don't Own Me, and I did find the song myself, two young Philadelphia writers cornered me up at a hotel in the Catskills many years ago and played me the song, and I just thought it was amazing. But interestingly enough, the first time I heard it, I didn't actually think of it as a feminist song. I really thought of it as a humanist song.
Mm-hmm.
And I think over the years, it's come to be a kind of a feminist anthem.
It's kind of evolved, yeah. That first experience at the Sullivan Show.
Oh my gosh. Well, once I stopped throwing up and they could get me on my feet, it was a pretty nerve-wracking experience, to be pretty frank with you. I was a kid. I was 16. I didn't have much technique, and they kind of threw me out there on this little cross in front of the Pillsbury spot and said, "You're on," and I just sang for all I was worth. I don't remember it very well, I'll be honest.
Because people forget that was all live television.
That was live and very frightening, believe it or not.
No retakes.
Even, you know, for folks who were considerably more professional than myself, I remember the first show I did was with a wonderful comedian by the name of Shelley Berman. Mm-hmm. And Shelley opened the show, and I don't remember whether he actually forgot his routine or it didn't go over as well as he would have liked, but he came off and he was very upset.
And then you have to follow that.
I had to follow that.
Add to the tension.
Very, very difficult.
Hey, that's the way of showbiz. Thank you, Leslie Gore, and this is Mike Stewart.